Okay, so I imagine there's going to be lots of supports in this little section as well. If I remember correctly, another part of the DLC was about more options for appearances. So this will match the appearance of the current class. So I think I'm a hero now at the moment, so that's what I'm going to do. And then in the monastery, this will not affect some outfits and mounted units. So I can either look like a hero, or I can stick with a normal standard Byleth outfit. And I think I like that. The accessories are still the same, but we've got the academy stuff with the cloak. So we've already seen that outfit before. The house loungewear, where we're like the volleyball team, which we've seen before. And now we've got servants attire. So we've got classic. So I think we're basically butlers from Fire Emblem Fates. I have no idea what the difference between classic and custom is. Maybe there's a bit of a difference in the handkerchief and the trim. Yeah, it looks like it. Summerwear. So I don't really like that colour on him. Doesn't look great to me. And evening wear. Nah, again, that doesn't really suit him. If anything, he'd probably be better off in the academy outfit. But yeah, so let's go back to war then. And yes, that's fine. So, you do get to look at everyone's evening wear stuff, but I don't think it suits them. I think the evening and summer wear stuff is probably for... Oh look, it's just Petra's outfit. This probably suits them more when they're in their pre-time skip outfits. I mean, you can turn Edelgard into... Oh, turn her into a maid, of course. Okay, fair enough. And she gets little red tights. Oh, okay, I get it. So custom will be they have a little bit of a color change which matches their base color compared to anything else. And then classic is just the outfit. So, I mean, out of all the people that could have the servant's attire and stuff, I think Hubert, Ferdinand, and so on would suit it the most. But otherwise, I think I much prefer them in the post-time skip outfits, their war outfits. So yeah, so let's leave it at that. So, bulletin board, what do we have? We've got quests, we've got new weapons, new items, new registrants at the Battalion Guild. Also, I don't actually have any money, because obviously the Church of Ceres doesn't give us any more of an allowance. But we got Master Seals we can buy, that'll take up a lot of gold. And Brave Weapons, ooh, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. So, additional requests... Additional quest, a peculiar trend. So this is the other thing that the DLC added, is the ability to recruit Anna. So you can see in the top right corner there, Anna is there, and you get a goddess icon and 100 renown, but you get Anna as part of that. So we will probably do this paralog at some point, on stream I should say, because obviously you guys want to see it. And we can do supply run for another quest, and... this is being asked by Hubert specifically. Okay. Let's travel to Hubert then, shall we? Edelgard and Hubert. Of course. Take up residence in the chambers. Hello, Edelgard.
Professor, I'm sorry to have dragged you into the fight again so soon after our reunion, but you appeared at a most opportune time. I'm truly humbled by your support, my teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can count on me.
And so I will. I'm hoping your abilities from 5 years prior are still intact. Make sure you're ready to head out, okay?
Wait, is this going to lock me in? No, okay. So yeah, I kind of knew about advanced drills, but this is essentially a way of increasing yourself, your own stats, in case you're lagging behind a bit. And I am lagging behind quite a bit. It's interesting that Edelgard gives axes and armor. I mean, it makes sense with her being an armored lord and everything, but I've kind of made her heavy armor skill be very neglected. Also, can we still do lost items? I thought these would all be gone. Interesting. Well, I'm pretty sure the folding razors for Hubert, so we can give that to him. But yeah, interesting. So, Hubie, what have you got?
Allow me to brief you on the details of our situation. The Empire firmly controls the western portion of Fargus. However, the central and eastern regions continue to put up heavy resistance. The strongholds in these regions are Aryan Road, the fortress city, and Ferdiad, the kingdom capital.
Fortress City sounds cool.
We cannot control Fargus until we have taken both of these cities. As for the Alliance, Houses Gloucester and Ordelia seem predisposed to capitulate to us. However, due to interference from Houses Regan and Goneril, we have yet to secure their cooperation.
So obviously Claude's against us, but what's Goneril? Can't remember now.
Claude obviously hopes to keep the Alliance whole through diplomacy. But because we have had to focus our efforts against the Church until now, our forces have yet to meet his.
That's fine, you don't want to be fighting too many people.
We have only recently begun to take the fight to Alliance territory.
So view quest. Gather requested resources and deliver them. So, carrot and albanine berries. Okay. So, do we not already have those? Let's see. So, a carrot. I don't think I have any carrots, do I? No, I do. I have albanine berries and I have a carrot. So, deliver the... Yeah, okay, that was weird. Could have just done that straight away. But anyway. So that's free renown and free gold. Well, not free, but immediate renown and gold. Yep, got it. Just want to find out what you do for advanced drills. So of course he just gives reason. So it looks like the Black Eagles will give advanced drills in each of the stats that you need. Would the same apply to how people in your aren't in your house specifically, like the Blue Lions and the Golden Deer? Maybe? I'm not sure. Dealing with deserters. Ooh, Anna's around. Cool. Okay, well, before we do that, there's probably some people to talk to. So we've got the library, which we might want to read on, and Linhart, Hanneman, and Leonie. So let's go and find those guys. So, hello, Linhart.
Professor, do you know how happy I was to hear you were still alive? I'll tell you how happy. For the past 2 days, I haven't had my morning or my afternoon naps.
2 naps a day keeps the doctors away. You were taking those naps every day?
Well, as long as we weren't marching. Can't sleep much then. But it's not for want of trying.
Alright, so you obviously give faith and... oh, reason as well. Interesting. So I do need to get my faith skill, my hidden talent for it up. Because the Enlightened one can use faith magic, but I think I'll leave it just for a little bit until I decide exactly what I want to do for activity points.
You finally joined us, have you? I attached myself to the Imperial Army as well. Seemed the thing to do.
Yes, to not get executed.
I feel I owe it to Edelgard to set my past feelings about the Empire aside. I am happy to help her.
I'm sure she's happy for the help.
Strange, isn't it? After 5 years, the 3 professors are together once more.
Would you say that if Manuela wasn't with us?
I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
We could talk about that.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
You'd think after 5 years you might have chilled out a bit, but... And also, I would have thought that maybe the guys that are in the Black Eagle house would give more in the advanced drills, but clearly not. I guess maybe that's just in case you don't get any of the previous instructors in any of the other skills that you had. But that's fine. So, let's go ahead and look at the library. Also, I have no idea whether you can still find lost items in the second part of the game, but I guess we'll find out as we explore the monastery.
It's normal for history to be revised in favor of those who hold the power. The documents in this library are no exception. It's perfectly possible for someone to have made edits to them.
Ah,
It's my
okay.
belief that no one has the power to blot out the truth entirely. I like to read the same texts over and over again. That way, I can spot some of the truths hidden between the lines.
Okay, so let's go ahead and reread some of this stuff, see if anything's changed. So that's Fódlan Part 2. The history of Fódlan Part 1. Under the tyranny of ruthless disorder, the people endured a long period of suffering. The vile nemesis who proclaimed himself the king of liberation delighted in war and bloodshed. Rather than rebelling against his persecution, the people of Fódlan fell to his depths in a mad scramble to attain power through murder and theft. 41 years before the founding of the Adrestian Empire, Saint Ceres appeared in the land of Enbar, and through the many unfathomable miracles she performed, spread light across the land. In doing so, she joined the shattered hearts of the purest people of Fódlan, who went on to form the Holy Church of Ceres. So, year 1. In the first year of our calendar, the glorious Adrestian Empire was founded. Its name was gifted by an oracle, and its future blessed by the goddess. Its capital, Enbar, was chosen to govern the southern reaches of Fódlan, where the divine Saint Ceres also lent her power. Year 32. Wilhelm Paul Hresvelg, the inaugural Adrestian Emperor, raised an army in pursuit of the unification of Fódlan. With his might, he hunted and destroyed any house's territory that dared to seek more power. 46. The Battle of Gronda. An intense battle erupted on Gronda Field, where the houses that were allied with Nemesis and the imperial forces of the Adrestian Empire clashed. There, the imperial forces emerged victorious. 91. The Battle of Tailtean. The houses that were allied with Nemesis once again faced off against the imperial forces, this time at Tailtean Plains. There, the evil Nemesis finally fell, and the Empire secured a momentous victory. 98. War of Heroes ends. The great successor to great Emperor Wilhelm I, like Heian I, succumbed to sudden illness. The Empire, which ruled over the majority of Fódlan, took this opportunity to put an end to the seemingly endless fighting. I'm going to have to go back and reread what the pre-timeskip stuff for this said, because I think that is different. Year 721, the First Mach War. The Dagdan army invaded from across the sea. Though the Imperial forces resisted the attack and drove off the enemy, the land of Mach sustained considerable damage. 728, the invasion of Brigid. The Empire invaded the Brigid Archipelago, a land occupied by allies of Dagda. As penance for their refusal to surrender, the people of Brigid were relegated to a life of imperial subjugation. 731, the invasion of Dagda. With the boon of a strong foothold in Brigid, the Empire mounted a large-scale invasion of Dagda. However, the fortunes of war were not on their side and their attack failed. 747, the Fargus Rebellion. Lug, a descendant of one of the houses that first quarrelled with the Empire, raised an army to demand independence, pulling the land of Fargus into a fierce rebellion. This clash came to be known as the War of the Eagle and Lion. 751, the founding of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Lug and his resistance army were victorious over the Imperial forces. The Holy Church of Ceres mediated between the two, and Fargus secured its hard-won independence as the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. 801, the Leicester Rebellion. A rebellion broke out in the Imperial lands of Leicester, which the Imperial army was unable to suppress. The Holy Kingdom, viewing the uprising as an opportunity to increase its own political sway, occupied the Leicester region, formally declaring it as a territory of Fargus. 861, Fargus divided. Following the death of King Claus I, 3 princes became archdukes and split the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, that they may rule over it as 3 separate territories. 881, the Crescent Moon War. The archduke ruling over the Leicester region of the kingdom succumbed to illness. The lords of the Leicester lands refused to acknowledge the next archduke in line, instead plotting to rule it jointly as an alliance. 901, the founding of the Leicester Alliance. The Leicester Alliance was officially formed after the subjugation of hostile nobles and the removal of all opposing forces in the regions of Fargus. An influential figure from the outset, Duke Regan was inarguably the heart of the newly formed alliance. 961, the Almiran invasion. The great eastern nation of Almira crossed through Fódlan's throat and invaded Alliance territory. The Empire dispatched troops in order to help conquer this threat, and the attackers were just barely driven off. 1101, the construction of Fódlan's Locket. To defend against future Almiran invasions, the Alliance, the Kingdom, and the Empire joined their efforts and resources to construct the indomitable fort known as Fódlan's Locket. Now, some of that was obviously the same as before, but there were some stuff that I don't remember reading last time. Let's go Traveler's Journal, Issue 1. So this is the record of the world outside Fódlan. Identities unknown. So I don't think this will have changed, because it's still describing the different territories here, and they're not adding any more. This is basically backstory and what Morphis beans or Albiname berries and whatever else means. Also gives a bit of context to Petra being in Brigid and Dagda. So this is Brigid. This is Sreng. Dusker for Dedu. And the Ogma Mountains as well. Yeah. Don't think any of that changed. However, I did notice that there were 2 spots missing here for book 1 to 5. Book of Seros, Book Part 1. The goddess is all things. She is heaven above and the land below. She is eternity incarnate. She is the present, past, and future. Her eyes see all. Her ears hear all. Her hands receive all. So I'm wondering why Edelgard would keep these kinds of books around if she didn't necessarily believe in the church. Although she did say her issue was with the church, not the faith. So, Book of Seros, she was graced with the holy word of the divine goddess, and who bore witness to her magnificence, the one called Seros. She is a messenger of the heavens, the bridge between the lands and above and below, and her blessings shall bring tidings of peace to all. With the goddess omnipotence, omnipotence, and wisdom to guide her, Seros ensures that her will be done. As the goddess's sword, Seros wards away evil. As the goddess's child, Seros makes emperors of mortals. As the goddess's wings, Seros elevates her people. As the goddess's voice, Seros spreads the word of love. That sublime sword is entrusted to you. Those emperors are crowned before you. Those wings clear your path. The voice whispers words of trust. May the blessings of the goddess follow you always. Book of Seros Part 2. In the beginning, amid the great cloudless ocean, Fódlan came to be. At the end of a long journey, the goddess glimpsed that land and there alighted. Upon that sacred ground, she breathed life into the world and created all the creatures upon it. By the goddess's hand, plants took root, birds took to the sky, and animals roamed the land. Last of all, she created humanity. When the humans wished for power, she granted it. She gifted them the blessings of the heavens and that of the earth. By the way of the magical arts, humanity attained great power, yet unaware that great power portends great evil. By the grace of the goddess's divine protection, humanity thrived. Through her blessings, they grew prosperous and their numbers rose. But before long, they became the most powerful creatures in all of Fódlan. All was well until darkness descended from the north. A darkness that devoured the earth, desecrated the heavens, and threw the world and its inhabitants into a state of chaos. To face this evil force, the goddess created a new well of power. She gifted certain chosen individuals of sacred blood, allowing them to wield mystical weapons that they may prevail against the darkness. These souls, buoyed by the divine gifts, conquered the evil ones and drove them back to the north. They became to be known as heroes. The heroes experienced unnaturally long lives, persisting for hundreds of years. Even after they breathed their last, the power coursing through their blood remained, leaving an indelible mark upon this world. This power passed through bloodlines came to be known as the Crests. The mystical weapons they once wielded are now called heroes' relics, and so the legend of a new age was born. The descendants of the heroes sought their ancestors' power, and thusly their blood. In time they amassed crests, relics, land and wealth, using gold to set the land aflame with war. The goddess's power, intended to stem the flow of evil, became a tool of destruction, all because of the greed of humanity. The goddess, grieved and heartbroken, hid herself in the heavens from whence she came. So there was obviously no change with that either, but it's a good reminder for myself to say, hey, by the way, this is what the end game is going to be like for Crimson Flower Root. So, yeah, missing Book Seros Part 3 and 4. But Part 5, the 5 Eternal Commandments. Dare not doubt or deny the power of the existence of the goddess. Dare not speak the goddess's name in vain. Dare not disrespect your father, mother, or anyone who serve the goddess. Dare not abuse the power gifted to you by the goddess. Dare not kill, harm, lie, or steal unless such acts are committed by the will of the goddess. The goddess cares for and protects all that is beautiful in this world. The goddess will never deny the splendors of love, affection, joy, peace, faith, kindness, contemperance, modesty, or patience. Follow her example, and in doing so, abide her laws. Interestingly enough, no mentions of immaculate ones yet. Part 1, Register of Nobles. So this document is expressly for official use by the Church of Seros. Students are forbidden to remove. 1179 edition. So if there's 1179 editions, I wonder if there's an 1185 edition. Not quite. Because that would be an obvious hint that stuff has changed. Okay. So, the guy saying that history is written by the victors just being very cryptic, I guess. Alright, well, let's move on, shall we? So, I think I need to go and find Leonie. So let's go ahead and sprint our way over there. I do think it is silly that Byleth's robe sleeves flap about like that when he's sprinting, but otherwise I really like the armor. Aha, hello. Armor clasp. So, you do get more lost items. Interesting. Glad to see you well, Leonie.
I'm so glad to see you're all right. I really regretted not being able to keep the promise I made to my mentor.
What was the promise?
Captain Gerald told me that if anything should happen to him, then I should stick by you. I'm going to do just what he asked. I'll be right here to support you from now on.
I appreciate it. And of course, you will give lance, bows, and riding. So yeah, myself, in terms of skills and stats and so on, not very high. So I'm not going to get to an advanced or masterclass for a long time. So let's go and have a chat with Marianne. And I don't know whether it'd be worth spending some time off screen to find all the lost items here, but I guess I'll leave that for later.
My adoptive father sent me here so our family name would be known. He doesn't care which side wins, the Empire or the Alliance. However, even if he tells me to come home, I intend to stay. I want to see this new world Edelgard dreams of.
It's very nice. And she teaches faith as well. That'd be nice to do with Marianne. Get some more support points with her rather than with Linhart. They still have... Yeah, this is still described as Hilda's room. That's a bit odd. I mean, I guess they need to, just to say, hey, this is where people used to live. But it's still a bit strange to describe them as Hilda's room, Edelgard's room, Caspar's room. Also, you'll notice that the rooms are a lot more tidy now. Oh, I speak of the devil. What is Ferdinand doing with himself? Why? Why would you do this to yourself, Ferdinand? Are you just that much of a slob? Because I was expecting all these rooms to be pretty pristine. Oh. Well, clearly no one's touched Claude's room. But Lorenz has been in his. This is Felix's. So, with the exception of Ferdinand, everyone who has a room in the dormitory has been pretty good at keeping it clean. Oh, this is Dimitri's room. Did Dimitri even have, like, a messy room? I don't think... Can't recall. And Sylvain. Okay, well. Let's go ahead and skip over to the trading grounds for Petra and Felix. Petra!
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the Kingdom in alliance. Empire and religion are at open war. It will be difficult for us at first, but corrupt nobles are many. That means the common people will rebel and be joining our side. With you, Professor, the battle tides will turn. I have certainty.
Okay, so... Really? Oh! You know what it'll be? The students that give advanced drills will be the stuff that they have strengths in. Because I'm pretty sure we turned Petra's thing for axes into a strength. That's pretty cool. I like that.
For 5 years, I've fought for the Empire. I've cut down hordes of enemies. Now I have the same look in my eyes that the boar used to have in his. The look of a savage beast who loves nothing but destruction and violence.
I don't see that look in your eyes.
I hope not. You and Edelgard must not disappoint me. Mark my words. The future you're building had better be worth all this bloodshed.
I'm sure it will. Oh, okay. Maybe I was wrong about the advanced drills, because Felix is only giving brawling.